Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Hi everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look at X-Transbots Master Series 84 Medic Ratliff, or Ratchet, as I like to call him. There are so many things included in this one, I'm gonna rush through them. First of all, you have this little card, you know, the collector's one. You have very subpar manual, unfortunately. I don't like when they are this small. I like good illustrations and not just, well, you know, this. It has some nice things on the back though. And he comes with skis from that episode where he was on water and they don't really tab on, but they look good, and when he's standing on them, it looks kind of cool actually. So, He comes with a little beaker and stuff like that, some equipment for doing lab experiments, and these are kind of cute. And the reason why I'm taking accessories first, not the box, is because we need to get all of this out of the way for the box. You get two Starscreamy shoulder things that you can tab on. I don't remember Starscream taking him over, but maybe it's an IDW thing that I haven't read. He comes with two mending things with blast effects, one that tabs into where his hand is, and one that tabs into the side of his arm. And they both look good. Really good, actually. I don't think this plastic is of that great quality, but still, it looks good. He comes with a gun, and I forgot to tell you, but every blast effect is removable, so you can get it off if you want to. And this gun looks fairly good. I like the chrome on it, and the blast effect is very G1-y, so I like that. Yeah. Let's do the heads, shall we? You get not one, not two, not three, but 4 heads on this bot. And let's start with the white ones. As you can see, this is a bit different than that one, but I really don't find anything different with this or the installed head. So, I don't know. But they look good, and he is smiling. And here you have the comic book styled heads in different colors, depending on if it's the Marvel or the IDW maybe, I don't know. I remember this from the Marvel books. Really nice, he's screaming there. And you get faces. First you get an optional face for the red heads, which is this elongated face with white eyes. And come back here. Then you get these two for the white heads. Yeah, looks nice. He comes with his shoulder rocket, and yes, ow! This actually fires, and it's kind of sharp. That actually hurt. And it looks good. You can mount it on his shoulder, or on his back, or at this piece, which I will be talking about in just a second. He has this little fuel thing. So he can, I don't know if it's a fuel thing or if it's a laser or something like that. But you can attach it to this sled. And while we're at it, let's look at the sled. You have wheels underneath, so it can roll. And for some reason, you can tap that over. Maybe you can tab it in on his back. I haven't tried that. We can try that when we get to robot mode. And here you have a handgun. Little cute handgun. Very G1 toy, I think. And this is also from the G1 toy. Everyone who had it might remember this little strange gun. And you get not one, but 2 monkey wrenches. And they're done in this nice color plastic. I'm sorry, I have no idea what this is. This is probably something very, very important, but I have no idea what this is. Yeah. So, you have that. And of course, you can detach this little hose or laser thingy if you want from the sled. I'm just gonna keep it off. Okay, are we tired from all the accessories? Well, I know I am, but we're going to take a look at the box now. And it's a very nice illustration of Ratchet. I don't really like this wide piece and the pieces on the side, but still, he looks fairly okay. And on the back, you have this beautiful illustration of all their bots. You have tech spec if you want to look at that, and you have a little bio. To array a man's will against his sickness is the supreme art of medicine. Okay. And finally we come to Ratliff, or Ratchet himself. And this is a really good looking Ratchet in alt mode. And he holds together fairly well. There is no real QC issues in this mode, I think. There is a lot of tabbing going on. And for all of you who complain about this little tab on the side, you are able to push that in, but you have to do that before it gets to this point. So, well, I was too late doing that and I didn't want to untransform it, but this is the way you want it looking on that side. Let's look at the nice front here. Yes, that's me. I couldn't hold myself. I wanted my Ratchet to be with an insignia. Really, really nice. As you can see, a lot of paneling, but still it comes together fairly nice. And you have some lamps on the back, a windshield wiper, and on the roof, yes, I have paint scrapage here. I don't think I have any X-Transbots without paint scrapage, so paint scrapage. You have these lights, really nice done. And this is him from beneath. This is him from behind. No, not behind. Okay, behind. Above. Above. And he rolls like he should. Very well done. They are rubbery tires, and they roll really well. And these little things, side view mirrors, can be folded in if you want to. They are on a very tiny tab here. So I don't really know if that's going to hold up through time. I haven't found anywhere to put his weapons or accessories on this mode. Don't untide yet, like that. But he shouldn't have them on either, I think. So, now I had a rant prepared about how his transformation is horrible and how I don't think they know what they're doing engineering-wise, and I was so upset. And then I transformed the piece I'm gonna compare him to, Ocular Max First Aid. And he was more difficult to transform than he was. This was fluid and fairly well, and this doesn't really tab together for some reason anymore. And if I push him together like that, you get this thing, so I don't know. I checked everywhere, both manual on YouTube, to find maybe I did something wrong. No, I didn't. Everything is right, but he's still. But let's look at them side by side. He is smaller, but they still look like almost the same car, I think. You also have the same windshield wiper on the back, a bit better colored in here because you have a white stripe there. And the front, you have translucent plastic here, and this is just colored in, but both look really good. Now, even though I didn't think the transformation was as horrible today as I thought it was the first time I tried it, I still think that the rotating hinges 1, 2, 3, and 4 here are too tiny, and it's not a matter of if I break him. It's a question of when. So I am prepared for him breaking today. Let's transform this one. I'm going to start by folding things down, and that can be easier said than done, actually. But that is down. That is down. It looks like he's crying, but he isn't. You fold this up so you can get to these. You separate this and you pull this up because it's tabbed in down here. Let's do it on this side then. Should be the same. Should be. Yes. Sorry if I did that out of camera, but well, because as soon as you loosen these, everything hangs in the balance of these little small pieces in front of you, so you have to be very, very mindful of what you're doing. Fold that back, fold this, fold this in, fold that down, fold it up, and fold this piece to the outside. We got part of the backpack all done. You can see the arms in here. Fold these out. They did tab in here, so, well, come to the front, untab these side pieces, and now he's really just hanging on to these two little things there. Fold the wheels forward and hinge everything down, like so. And now we are going to rotate this, and that's not very fun. First rotation of the day. And as you can see, it's only on a little screw here. There, the screw is just like that. Now we can just rotate this around. You fold these out, push that down. Now his little behind is done. Fold those out. Fold these out. You have to push these out as well. And now we're going to rotate at the upper hinge here. Oh, I don't like this because it's so much that can collide with everything. Proper, like that. Yes, this is the official transformation, and I don't really know why. Maybe we can, fold it back like that. As you can see, everything just tabs in and it hinges on that little screw there. So I'm going to take a deep breath and do something about this because I am quite scared that things will just break. Now my patience is wearing thin, so I just pulled it past, and you don't really want to do that because, well, you don't want to break anything, of course. But when we get here, we have to hinge these wheels up to the side because they are going to be on the outside of this little package in here. Hinge them up, hinge this somewhat in, and this is going to be on the outside of these, as I said before. If I can just get it to sit flush like that, because you want that tab going into there. That little tiny tab that doesn't hold in anything. Okay, before we go any further, let's change these out for the correct side. Close that up to create his little belly. You come to the back, you press these tabs that were in for car mode, and you press them out and tab them in there. You can have this in because you need to push this tab in. So that tab, no, this port in, so that tab sticks out and actually fastens this one. Then you come to that side and push that in, and you do the same thing on the other side if you are able. Come to the front, You peg these in, and there is one tab there, one there, and one there. So you have to align 3 of them. But it's easily done. When you've done that, you come down to the legs, you split them out, you push them out on this little hinge at the joint here. You open these up a bit, and then you pull this knee out. I'm not sure how far you need to pull that, because it's not tabbed in anywhere, so I don't really know. But something like that, and do the same thing on the other side. Come to the back side of the legs, pull that out, rotate this in, and close that back up. Get this piece and tab that in there. Come to the little foot here, turn this up, turn this around, fold the toe out, and then we hinge this up, and this will, if you're lucky, tab in under there. Come to the arms, fold them down, pull them out, come to this piece and hinge them past this, and that's very difficult to do, but if you take a screwdriver and fasten the hands even more, it will work, of course. And that's one arm done. On the other side, I actually had to dismantle the hand to get it out, and that's because the tolerances here are really, really, really bad, unfortunately. But you can just tab this back, even though it is pinned, like that, and close it up, and none's the wiser. And there you have Ratchet in his robot mode. Was it fun getting there? No! Is it worth it? Kind of. He looks kind of good, even though I think stuff is too much and too big and too bulky and too unsecure. I like this bot mode. Let's get up close and personal on him. This head is very ratchety. I think X-Transbots nails the Ratchet look on this face. Both kind and stern at the same time. The chest, I'm not as bothered by these panel lines as I thought I would be, because it's very cartoon accurate, this blue thing, so I tend to look at that just because it's so predominantly blue. I don't like these crosses, but that's correct as well. I just wanted the white shoulders. You have a very thin waist there. I don't know if this is die-cast or plastic because, well... And you have very thin legs. We come to the back. And it's a fairly clean transformation. It's when you have him from the side that things start to fall apart. Really fall apart. I mean, this is a very big chest, and I don't really remember him having that big of a chest. And if you lift the arm up, there are too much things happening here to actually look that good, unfortunately. But from the back and the front, he looks really good. Okay, for articulation, the head can turn around, go up and down a bit. The arms can go all the way up. They can do a 360. They have a swivel at the bicep, and you have double jointed. Well, elbow is a bit of a stretch, but I think you know what I mean. Now, the weak point of the arms are, without a doubt, the thumbs. The fingers are fairly nice. I mean, they are the same company as the leading brand of hand making, so this is just silly. They should have just had a hand from that company. I'm not going to name it just because I'm trying to be politically correct here, but this tiny hinge, I don't think it's even a millimeter thick. When that breaks, and it's going to, and you can't really rotate the finger either, or the thumb either, because, well, it just has one hinge like that, and then two hinges like so. So this is not a step forward, it's a step back. And the 3 bottom fingers are hinged on the same joint, and you can do a pointing finger. You can do a lot of things with this, actually. You can do a very strange pointing finger, as you can see there, hopefully, if my camera wants to focus. Anyway, you can give him an ab crunch, and we'll get back to that, why I hate that so much. And you can turn his waist, but look, when I'm turning the waist, it's going to wobble like this, because this is where the hinges are just together. So you can make his waist rotate. It looks strange, so that's not very well done, but still, all those little hinges and stuff like that up there tend to make him wobbly, and I'm just afraid he'll break if I turn him too much. And this little plate with the insignia on just tends to pop out when I do. Okay, you can fold these forward, and he can kick forward, he can kick backwards, and he can kick somewhat outwards. You have a thigh rotation. You have, if we open that up, maybe we have more. Well, full range, I would say. Nicely done, with a filler piece as well. And the feet can tilt inwards. They can go up, down a bit, but not too much. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Ratliff. Okay, remember all of those accessories? Well, we're gonna go look at them again. And we're starting with the different heads, because then we're have that out of the way. You can see this is a bit different. Smaller eyes and, well, a laughing head. And you have this mohawk on him on that head. This is fairly similar to me. I don't really know what the difference is. Maybe the length of the head? Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? If I'm missing something, please tell me in the comments below. You, of course, have the blue head, which you can attach if you want to. Now it can be his own chorus if he adds the other blue head. Well, and this little head goes to market in this, I think. So, white eyes with a silvery face if you want to. This face can be swapped out for any of these. I don't know why you want him smiling, because he was kind of perky. Not. So I think those two faces would be more cartoon accurate for his persona. And you can bring in these. And they are side specific, so I had them the wrong way. You can just push them in like that and have Starscream possess him. He can grab around these and hold them quite securely. This can tab into his back, like so. And this is probably where the sled goes as well. And, yeah, I don't really know why he would shoot himself in the head, but if you remember that episode when their Ironhide was flying, this is maybe what he's trying to simulate. Yup. This can, of course, be held in the hand as well. And these little, well, lab equipment thingies can be held in the hand as well, because they have tabs on them, as you can see there. So they can be held in the hand. The problem is that nothing really sticks, not even his weapons, as you can see. Okay, we have to tab that back in, stand him up, rotate his legs a bit, and do this again, shall we? I'm gonna take the thumb away just so I can get it into... Okay, I'm gonna give this up because, yeah, his G1 toy things should tab in. Let's try them, shall we? Yes, they did, and they tab in very securely. That's nice. It's very nice. Let's see if his little G1 toy gun also. Yes, yes. Finally, something that works. Me likes. And I'm going to put this new beautiful gun in his hand as well. I do find it beautiful, actually. Let's see if that tabs in as well. Yes, it does. Now he can shoot Decepticons to his heart's content. I'm not going to close the handle. No. We're not through yet. Hold on to your horses, people. First of all, this can tab in where the hand is if you rotate the hand in. And since you saw how difficult these hands are to handle, I hope you can appreciate that I won't be flopping those in. But he can stand shooting like this. This piece comes on to his little port there. So now we can arm shoot things as well. And that looks actually kind of cool. A bit of Megatronian inspired there. And now we come to the skis. You can tab those in. You have a port and a tab. But they don't really want to play with me, unfortunately. So I can't put them in. But he should look something like this when they're on. And I think the reason for them not tabbing in is because the foot is painted, and that's why these tabs don't go in. So if you actually play with them a bit more, they probably will. You don't have to push them out. No. Nope. Not that either. No, nothing like that. So, unfortunately, they don't really work out of the box, but you can, of course, fiddle with them and make them work. Now, the sled. Let's try to put this on his back, just for funsies. And you actually have the tabs, but it doesn't hold on. That's a shame, because that would have been so much fun. So much fun. So, I don't really know why this is foldable, actually. And it would be so much better if this was part of the alt mode, I think. And of course, he can hold his little thingy in his hand and have... I don't know if he should hold it up or down. Again, this is painted, so I'm not too sure it will go in. It doesn't. Again, this will wear with time, so you can actually put it in. It will work, I promise you. You just have to scrape a bit of this color off. But he will have that around and then just go lasering or fueling things up. Now, for the moment of truth, I'm going to do some comparisons. I'm going to start off with one of my favorite first aids, and it's Generation Toy First Aid Battle Damage Edition. And he looks just bloody epic. Unfortunately, the plastic is so brittle, when you handle him, he will break if you are not mindful of every little thing you do. But I think these look like a good pair. I can see them working long hours in the repair bay to get everyone fixed up, ready for the next fight. But now, I'm going to compare him to my favorite X-Transbots bot, Cop. And this is where things actually get kind of sad. Because when you hold Cup in your hands, he is heavy, sturdy, and he has a lot of die cast, he's well made, he really feels like a premium product. Really, really well done. Yes, he has the same thing with the hinge that every X-Transbots bot have. I don't know why they do this every time, because that's not good. And X-Transbots is the only company that I actually have paint scrapages on as well, so... But what makes it sad is that compared to him, he feels like a knockoff. And that's a harsh thing to say, but since nothing really tabs in bot mode, the fingers are just strange, everything hinges on one little piece here, the legs aren't that sturdy, he is very, very light compared to him. I mean, he is a Master Series, I agree with that. Him, if they sold him without all the accessories for a lower price, that would be okay. But to sell him as a Master Series, with all this kibble that I don't really need and I'm going to put in a little baggie and still not have the quality of another Master Series figure. That's just sad. What were you thinking, X-Transbots? I like him. I like the look of him. I really do. He is a very good-looking Ratchet. But there are just too many things that aren't premium with him. The coloration and the paint looks sublime. Don't get me wrong. As I said, there's many things with him that's just great. But still, compared to this one, he just feels like a knockoff. Look at the difference. You can actually see the difference. Yes, he has some paint scrapage, but so does he. But where X-Transbots actually shine, and has always shown, it's the faces. Look at them. They really look the part. And the rest of them do as well, but I so want to love this more than I do. But I mean, every time I pick him up, he just goes like that, because that tiny tab doesn't really peg in. And that's just the tip of the Ratliff iceberg, unfortunately. I'm going to take this away before this gets even sadder. Now for my conclusion. I really want to love this. I think X-Transbots is a good company mostly. They do good things and they are being bot blocked by other companies. But to fight that, they should deliver higher quality than this. I mean, I still buy them just to support X-Transbots mostly. Not because I like the transformation or the engineering, it's because I still want them to produce new stuff. But when they do, they don't really deliver quality anymore. They did back in the days, but I'm so scared of trying their Devastator out because I don't think that will hold up. Based on this, no, it won't. Maybe their Ron is just outstanding and I will get a review out on him as soon as he is here, but so far I'm not that pleased. He looks amazing in both modes. The paint is amazing, until it flakes maybe. The transformation is easier than it looks, but when this little thing breaks, it's shot to hell. Because I don't think that's plastic, I think that's metal, and the new releases of the Shattered Glass versions or youth versions, I don't remember which one there was, I hope they fixed everything that's wrong with this, because it could be such a great bot. If this transformational thing was fixed, if the stability in the feet were fixed, if every tabbing thing were fixed, he would probably get a 9 in my masterpiece grading. But as it stands, he gets a 4, and that's the lowest thing I've ever put on a bot. And I still like him. I mean, I can't really recommend him. Unfortunately, he doesn't hold together as he should. So, I mean, he looks good. If you want a Ratchet that's just on your shelf and you're never going to mess with it, he does fill the place very well because he looks good. But if you want a Ratchet that you can actually mess with, without everything untabbing and with everything just falling apart and not tabbing in and the waist just falling over, then no, this is not for you. On that bombshell, I think this is it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.